Okay, let's talk more IFS, or internal family systems. So if you haven't already, check out my last video on IFS. We talk about how we all have parts. So if you've ever caught yourself saying, there's a part of me that ... this is that realm. And the truth is, we all have parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily like. And we have parts that cause conflict, whether it's internally within ourselves or externally with other people. And we all have parts of ourselves that just don't feel like they align fully with our truest, highest version of ourselves. And so what we tend to do, and what we were taught to do, is guilt and shame and condemn and exile these parts to try to get them to silence and get them to quiet down and go away, right? But that's not actually what happens. And this is how a lot of dis-ease will manifest in our physical bodies. So whether it's depression, anxiety, insomnia, all the way to like rheumatoid arthritis and IBS symptoms can manifest from this dis-ease in our emotional states or our emotional bodies, and manifest into our physical bodies in those ways. And so when we try to like guilt, shame, judge, and silence these parts, this is actually what happens. And so the benefit of IFS and working with an IFS practitioner is, if you've ever heard the phrase, like, you can't go back and change the past, IFS kind of operates under the assumption that you can. And so an IFS practitioner will help guide you to kind of go back in time and revisit these younger parts. And instead of exiling them and judging them and shaming them, we start to allow them to, in a safe space, to be seen and heard and validated and tell the story that they've been trying to tell us, so that we can actually clear out all the trauma, all the conditioning, all the even little t traumas that have been stuck and stored in our body and are now manifesting in other ways. And so to try to silence these parts that cause conflict or we don't like, instead of judging and shaming and trying to suppress them, we actually create a safe space to let them out and let them be seen and heard and validated. And then we can start showing them love and compassion as they're being seen and heard. And this is how we decrease the amount of dis-ease in our bodies and start to live a more calm, connected, and authentic life.